You know, it's funny. People go around every day acting like the universe is some stubborn landlord who refuses to pick up the phone. They whisper their desires like they're afraid of disturbing something, then wonder why nothing changes. But if you're watching this right now, I want you to hear me clearly. The universe is not ignoring you. It's waiting for you to give a real order, not a timid suggestion disguised as wishful thinking. Let me ask you something. Has life felt a little upside down lately? Like you're doing all the right things, saying all the right affirmations, trying to keep your energy high, but everything around you looks like chaos doing jumping jacks. It's okay. You're not crazy. You're not failing. You're not broken. You're just stuck in a pattern trying to rearrange your life while leaving your inner world unchanged. That's like rearranging furniture in a burning house. Sure, the couch looks better, but the problem is still the fire. And here's the truth most people avoid. The universe rearranges itself for you only after you rearrange the orders you're giving it, because you are giving orders whether why your life feels stuck. You know it or not. Every thought, every belief, every complaint, every doubtful sigh, every I hope things work out, those are all energetic instructions. But most people's instructions sound like a mumbling waiter taking a restaurant order with one AirPod in. The universe is not confused, you are. And when you're confused, the universe mirrors it. So, let's fix that. Let's start with why you're here. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're frustrated. Maybe things have felt stuck or stale. Maybe you've been praying, affirming, manifesting, journaling, scripting, visualizing, meditating, and nothing has moved, and you're sitting there thinking, well, what do I have to do? Turn into a monk, use ancient symbols, stand on one leg under a full moon. Don't worry, the answer is much simpler, and it has nothing to do with moon positions or spiritual gymnastics. What you're dealing with is a core challenge. You haven't yet learned to issue a definite authoritative order. You've been hoping instead of commanding. And hope is beautiful, but hope is passive. Hope sits, hope waits, hope wrings its hands politely. Command speaks and the universe listens. And no, commanding doesn't mean yelling at the sky. It means aligning your inner certainty to such a degree that the outer world is forced to catch up, because no matter what anyone told you, you are not a spectator in this universe. You're a co-creator with full rights and privileges, but no one ever gave you the user manual. So today, we're writing your manual. Let's break this down with something simple and practical. Because I want you to truly understand why this works, not just nod along spiritually. Think of your mind as a broadcasting tower. Whatever emotion-backed thought you consistently broadcast becomes the dominant signal the universe tunes itself to. It doesn't matter if you sometimes think positive thoughts. It matters what you consistently accept as true. If you say things always work out for me, but deep down you believe things, the universal law nobody teaches you never work out for me. Guess which one the universe receives? The one with emotional electricity behind it. That's why it feels like nothing is moving. You're sending mixed signals like a radio switching channels every 5 seconds. If your energy were a radio station right now, it would sound like inspirational jazz blended with anxious rock and some fearful commercials in between. No station wants that, not even the universe. So, here's the first shift. You must become deliberate with the orders you send out. Instead of complaining about what's happening, you declare what must happen. Instead of saying, I really hope this works out, you say, this works out for me, period. Instead of saying, I don't know how I'll pay this bill, you say, the money I need appears in the right way at the right time. And before you roll your eyes, remember, your words shape your inner acceptance, and your inner acceptance shapes your external reality. But I know what you're thinking. Okay, but how do I do this when my life looks like it's falling apart? How do I order the universe around when I can't even control my notifications? Let me explain it in the simplest way possible. You don't wait for conditions to look right. You decide what is right and conditions rearrange themselves to match your decision. You move first. Reality follows. The universe is obedient to conviction, not confusion. Now, let me validate you for a second, because maybe you've been feeling guilty or ashamed. You've probably been thinking, why don't I have clarity? Why am I so inconsistent? Why do I keep slipping into doubt? And let me speak directly to your heart. Doubt doesn't make you weak. Uncertainty doesn't mean you're failing. You've just never been taught the mental discipline of giving one clear order at a time. You're not behind. You're simply learning how to use a power you didn't know you had. And yes, it matters. It matters because your life is not supposed to be random. You're not supposed to be waking up each day reacting to whatever happens. That's not living. That's survival. The universe is designed to respond to you, but only when you stop reacting long enough to actually issue a new directive. You cannot change what you continue to obey. So, let's get practical. I'm going to give you real steps, not vague spiritual advice that sounds pretty but does nothing. These steps work because they shift the inner broadcast, the signal you send out, so the universe has no choice but to reorganize itself on your behalf. Step 1. Get crystal clear on what you desire. Not halfway clear, not kind of, not I hope this happens. You must how to speak with alignment decide. The universe loves clarity. It avoids people who act like they're ordering at a restaurant for the first time. Maybe I'll take abundance. Maybe some peace. Actually, I'm not sure. Let me think. No, decide. Say it. Claim it. Step 2. Match the feeling of someone who already has it. I'm not telling you to fake happiness. I'm telling you to embody certainty. There is a difference. When you know the package is already on the way, you don't stand at the door panicking. You go about your day confident it's coming. The same applies here. Step 3. Remove emotional contradictions. Yes, I know that sounds fancy, but it simply means stop feeding feelings that oppose the outcome you want. Worrying is feeding the opposite of your desire. Complaining is feeding the opposite. Doubt is feeding the opposite. You don't fight those emotions. You simply stop giving them your trust. Step 4. Speak your order out loud. The universe responds to spoken declaration with surprising speed because speaking turns thought into form. It's like pressing send instead of draft. And don't whisper it like you're scared someone will hear. Say it clearly. Everything is rearranging in my favor. Now, step 5. Take one small aligned action. Not a gigantic leap, not a stressful move, just one step. Because when inner belief and simple action combine, the universe accelerates the process. The door opens faster for the person who is already walking toward it. Now let's pause for a moment. Let's breathe. You might feel something shifting in you already. Maybe a sense of relief, maybe excitement, maybe a little spark of confidence you haven't felt in a long time. Good. That's the inner rearrangement beginning. And once the inner rearrangement begins, the outer rearrangement becomes inevitable. Let me tell you a secret most people will never believe until it happens to them. Your life can change without warning. Entire situations can flip in hours. People can appear. Opportunities can unfold. Problems can solve themselves quietly, neatly, almost elegantly. But this doesn't happen when you're panicking, when you're begging, or when you're hoping vaguely. It happens when you give a clear, calm, resistance the hidden blessing authoritative order. You're not forcing reality. You're shaping it. And yes, you'll still have moments of doubt. You'll still have moments where nothing seems to be happening. But that's like ordering something online and then pacing at the door 5 minutes later, wondering why it hasn't arrived. The universe has processing time. Not because it's slow, but because it's rearranging things behind the scenes. The right people, the right timing, the right opportunities, they all have to align. And alignment takes movement. Movement takes rearrangement. Rearrangement takes command. You're not waiting on the universe. The universe has been waiting on you. Now, before we go deeper, I want you to do one thing, One tiny action. Say this quietly right now, wherever you are. Everything is being rearranged for me in perfect order. Don't analyze it. Don't overthink it. Just say it and let the words settle into your energy like seeds falling into rich soil. And now here's your call to action. If you've received even one insight so far, I want you to type in the comments. I order my universe to align. It's not just engagement. It's a declaration, a commitment, a decision. And decisions carry power. When you declare it, something begins to stir. Something begins to move. The rearrangement begins. So, let's pick up right where we left off. You've declared the words. You've made the decision. And whether you felt a spark or a whisper or absolutely nothing at all, the universe heard you. But let me warn you about something most people never talk about. Once you give a clear order, life may start shifting in ways that look completely opposite of what you asked for. Don't panic. That's the universe clearing the path. Think of it like telling a housekeeping team to rearrange your entire living room. When they show up, the first thing they do is drag the furniture all over the place. It looks like a mess before it becomes a masterpiece. The same thing happens with your life. Some situations dissolve, some habits fall away. Some people drift out not because something is going wrong, but because the universe is following instructions. It is rearranging. You see, most people ask for transformation while fighting every single sign of change. They pray for a new chapter, but refuse to close the old one. They want abundance, but cling tightly to scarcity habits. They want a divine rearrangement, but panic the moment the old structure starts wobbling. But you're not most releasing the old to make room for the new people. If you were, you would have clicked away 2 minutes into this. You're still here because you know something is shifting in you. You know the life you want isn't random. It's intentional, and your intention is becoming the compass the universe is using. Now, let's talk about something important. Resistance, because you're going to face it. After all, if rearrangement were easy, every single person in the world would be living their dream life right now. But the truth is, the universe responds to command, and your old beliefs respond to fear. Your job is not to defeat fear, it's to stop bowing to it. Whenever resistance shows up, remind yourself this is a sign my order is active. That shift alone will save you from sinking back into old patterns. Let me break it down with a simple mental framework. Imagine your life as a house with different rooms representing your relationships, finances, health, opportunities, confidence, and peace. When you give a universal command like everything aligns for me now, it's like sending a renovation team into every room at once. Some rooms need a fresh coat of paint, some need the whole floor replaced, some just need a little dusting, and you don't stand behind the workers telling them, "Oh wait, not like that, don't move that, put that back." You trust the process because the workers know what they're doing. The universe knows what it's doing, too. But you must stop interfering by constantly doubting, constantly worrying, constantly replaying the worst-case scenario like it's your favorite TV show. That's how you delay your own manifestation. You wouldn't tell a doctor performing surgery, "Wait, I don't think you're doing it right." Yet, you do that to the universe with worry. So, let's replace the worry with something more productive. Let's turn your mind into a place where the universe feels invited to do its best work. Here's how you do it practically, simply, consistently. Step 1. Assume the best outcome as your default expectation. I know your brain wants to prepare for disappointment. But preparing for disappointment creates disappointment. Assume the best, not as fantasy, but as law. Step 2. Treat every good thing, no matter how small, as evidence that your order is unfolding. Your mind naturally magnifies what you notice, so if you notice progress, you create momentum. Step 3. Act like someone whose life is being rearranged in their favor. Not dramatically, just calmly, confidently. A person who knows everything is working, the 10th, second universal reset, for them doesn't panic. They don't spiral. They move with quiet certainty. They breathe differently. They think differently. They speak differently. If you can embody even 10% of that energy, your results multiply. And now let's talk about something powerful. Alignment. True alignment is when your thoughts, feelings, and words point in the same direction. Most people have thoughts going north, emotions going south, and words drifting somewhere west. No wonder nothing moves. You can't command the universe towards something you yourself are scattered about. Alignment isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. You choose a direction, then you keep choosing it. You repeat the order, not because the universe didn't hear you, but because you need to hear you. Your nervous system needs to adjust. Your subconscious needs repetition. Your energy needs stability. Say it with me right now, just to feel it in your chest. Everything is rearranging itself for my highest good. Now, we're going to talk about something people love to avoid. Letting go. You can't expect the universe to bring in the new while you're still hoarding the old energetically. Letting go doesn't mean throwing away your past or erasing your memories. It means releasing emotional contracts with what no longer serves you. Some of you are clinging to things you no longer even like, old fears, old patterns, old stories about yourself that expired years ago. If you keep telling the universe who you used to be, it can't deliver who you're becoming. So, it's time right now to drop those old contracts. Tell yourself, quietly or boldly, I release everything that contradicts my order. You'll feel something unclench inside you when you say that. Let's go deeper. The universe rearranges itself using the material you give it. If you give it fear, it rearranges things to match fear. If you give it faith, it rearranges things to match faith. If you give it confusion, how expectation locks in your manifestation, it rearranges things into chaos. If you give it clarity, it rearranges things into opportunity. You are the architect. The universe is the builder. But the blueprint comes from you. This is why you must be intentional. This is why your inner world matters. This is why your routine thoughts shape your routine results. And if you're listening to this right now, I know you're ready to build something new. Now, let me give you the most underrated technique of all, the 10-second reset. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, anxious, doubtful, lost, or frustrated, pause for 10 seconds and issue a new order. 10 seconds can root an entire outcome. You can shift the direction of a whole day with a single moment of clarity. Just say, Universe, rearrange this in my favor. Then breathe. The result is not in the breath, it's in the surrender. You might be wondering, will this work for my job, my finances, my relationships, my purpose? Yes, because the universe doesn't discriminate by category. It responds to energy, clarity, and command equally. But the real magic happens when you combine command with expectation. Expectation is the magnetic force. It's the emotional handshake between you and the universe. When you expect your order to unfold, you set the timeline in motion. And now let's talk about something people desperately need but rarely practice. Not rushing the process. You want your outcome tomorrow morning with express shipping. You want the door to open the moment you knock. But sometimes the universe is shifting things around in ways you can't see. Sometimes it's removing what you thought you needed because it knows what you actually need. Sometimes it delays you to protect you. Sometimes it reroutes you to position you. When something takes time, it's not punishment, it's preparation. One day you look back and say, I'm glad it didn't happen sooner. I wasn't ready then, but I am now. And now comes the part people love the most, because this is where the miracles start to show up. After you give your order, after you align your emotions, after you release resistance, after you expect the outcome, something magical happens. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere. People reach out. Situations shift. Conversations open doors. Your new daily command start saying, that was too easy. No, it wasn't too easy. It was aligned. And alignment makes everything look effortless. You were never meant to struggle your way into a blessing. You were meant to align your way into it. As we come toward the end of this, I want you to feel something deep in your spirit. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are not random. You are a creator with authority. The universe is not above you. It is responsive to you. And the moment you speak with conviction, reality takes notes. Creation rearranges, paths clear, doors open, life shifts. You don't get what you want. You get what you command with conviction. And if you're still listening right now, I want you to do something incredibly important, something symbolic, something powerful. I want you to comment, "My universe obeys my command." Not because it helps the video, even though it does, but because writing the words anchors them into your consciousness. It makes them real. It makes them yours. It turns this moment into a turning point. And finally, before you go, hear me. You are ready for your rearrangement. You are ready for your breakthrough. You are ready for your upgrade. Trust your command. Trust your clarity. Trust your alignment. Trust your process. If this message spoke to you, if it stirred something inside you, I want you to subscribe and final message Tup's call to action. Stay connected, because your transformation is not a one-time event. It's a journey, and you don't have to walk it alone. Your universe is rearranging right now. Believe it, expect it, command it, and watch everything shift.